We're waiting for the McDowell Daredevils to come onto the floor for tonight's game at Grigsby Fieldhouse on the McDowell High School campus. Rowan County has already taken the floor in this contest tonight between McDowell and Rowan County. The majorettes are lined up anticipating and awaiting the Daredevils to come out of the dressing room onto the floor. Here goes the initial cheerleading yell, which signals to all of us here at McDowell Fieldhouse that the Daredevils are almost ready to come onto the floor. We will bring you a pregame show tonight featuring Coach David Turner on the pregame program along with Coach Ted Trent of Rowan County. Our host tonight from down in Rowan County near Moorhead. Rowan County is 21-3 on the season and one of the top teams in the state, ranked as high as 15th last week in the AP poll and as high as 13th in the Courier Journal Lichtenhouse rating. Last year, McDowell visited Rowan County and came away with a 2-point victory after leading some 20 points at halftime. However, Rowan County has merged with Breckenridge Training, and Breckenridge Training let their ball players go over to Rowan County. So Coach Trent lost several by graduation, but he picked up 4 or 5 good athletes from Breckenridge Training. So what you see tonight is a merger of Rowan County and Breckenridge Training on the floor. We are still anticipating the Daredevils to get out of the dressing room and onto the playing floor. And it won't be very long until tonight's contest will be underway here at Grigsby Fieldhouse at McDowell's High School campus. We hope that Marty Spurlock will make it tonight so he can call the play-by-play, and yours truly will be doing the color and commentary. On the camera with us tonight is Roger Hayes, who assisted us so ably last night with the Johns Creek game. And hopefully, as I said, Marty Spurlock will do the play-by-play. And we will try to have a halftime guest for you. And during the game, we will feature the McDowell cheerleaders and the McDowell majorettes. With me tonight is Coach Ted Trent of Rowan County. We're awaiting McDowell's adventure out on the floor, and while we're waiting, we're going to interview Coach Trent, who has a very fine team from Rowan County, ranked in the top 20 in several polls throughout the state, and has been coaching several years at Rowan County. Coach, welcome you tonight to McDowell.
Well, Pete, I hope that the hospitality is as good as we've heard up here, but I tell you, people have an awful fine ball club up in the mountains right now, and I tell you, it's going to be a challenge for us tonight, and we know that.
Well, we certainly appreciate you coming up here and playing McDowell. Last year, I know they played you down at Rowan County, and you had a very exciting game down there. McDowell was very fortunate, I thought, to squeak out a victory there. But, you know, it's a good rivalry, and you have a good team. And one of the top teams in the 15th region is McDowell, and you have one of the top teams in the 16th. So it's really going to be a show for the fans tonight.
Well, we hope so. I tell you, our kids, this is our 4th game this week, and talking with David, I think he's already played 3. So, you know, we hope, I think, in the next week that we don't get anyone hurt, and trying to get ready for some tournament play. So, you know, I hope our kids play hard, and I'm sure they will, and I'm sure your kids are going to play hard. They always do.
Well, thank you, Coach. Can you tell us something about your ball club? I think you said your record was 21-3.
Right, we're 21-3, and like I said, you know, we've played well at times, and sometimes we haven't played too well. So although the record is 21-3, we haven't gone out and really beaten anyone real bad or anything of that nature. We just usually go out and try to win, and so far we've been fairly fortunate. We do have some good kids. We have 7 seniors, and you know, we hope that this is our year in the 16th region. We have some good ball clubs down there. Ashland, which you people have already beaten twice. That scares us to death. And Boyd County, Fairview, and people like that. So, you know, it's going to be a very difficult job for us to win the 16th region.
Well, I'm sure, Coach, that you'll be right in the middle of the action in the 16th. Could you spot tell some of the fans here about your players, some of the key players that they might watch tonight on the tube?
Right. We'll probably open up with Troy Hogg at guard. Troy's a senior for us. He's a playmaker. Doesn't score a whole lot, but he does a great deal of work for us on defense. Dino Harden will be the other guard. Dino's a junior. We got Dino from University of Breckenridge in our consolidation down in our county this year, and I tell you, he's been a real good surprise for us. He gives us a good offensive punch out front, takes a lot of the pressure off of the kids underneath. I think our front line probably is our biggest forte right now. We go with Joe McGrain in the middle. Joe, he's 6'6½", weighs about 210. A real strong kid, probably one of the best baseball pitchers in the nation. In talking with some of the scouts, Joe may go 1, 2, or 3 in the draft. So Joe's an all-around athlete. He's a leading rebounder, leading scorer, and he just does everything for us. He also came from Breck, and I tell you, he's really made things happen for us. Our 2 forwards are 2 seniors. Randy Eldridge is 6'3", 6'4", plays extremely tough, I feel like. He jumps real well. Randy's our second leading scorer. He's averaging something like 14 points a ball game for us. At the other forward, we have Big John Stamper. John's a big rugged kid. He's about 6'4½", plays very strong on the boards, and we depend on John to do a lot for us getting the ball off the glass. So, you know, we'll probably go with those 5 kids, and we have, I feel like, 3 of the real fine substitutes coming off the bench. Robbie Barker's a junior. He's 6'6", plays very tough defense. Out front, we'll come in with Sam Holbrook. Sam is a junior, around 6'1", 6'2", and Daryl Littleton underneath. Daryl's about 6'2". So we do have some size, and our kids, you know, like I say, this is the first year for many of them to be on the same team together, and this is probably the most pleasant thing for us as a coaching staff, to have had them for 24 ball games, and they play very hard together.
What do you average underneath the basket in height?
In height, well, we go about 6'4½", 6'5", probably about 195 pounds.
You know, this will be a true test for McDowell, because it will probably be one of the larger teams underneath the boards that they have faced this year, overall size. So it appears to me like Turner has his work cut out for him. And then with all the speed you have in the backcourt, it looks like Pete Grigsby has his work cut out for him. So we're really anticipating a good game here tonight. Do you have any special tricks up your sleeve you're going to perform on McDowell?
No, Pete, you know, you've been in this thing long enough to know that this late in the season, you don't change a whole lot. We're just trying to do the things that we think we do well. We try to run a lot of North Carolina defenses. We will switch defenses from a 1-3-1 to a 1-2-2. We run and jump. We play man-to-man, and we'll pick them up. Depends upon the situation, either half court, full court, drop back, sag. We try to do a lot of things defensively. That's our whole battle plan, I guess. We let offense take care of itself, but you know, sometimes you go into a game thinking this, and things don't always turn out that well. But primarily, we concentrate a lot on defense, and if we have a real good night in that, we feel like that helps a whole lot in your way to winning a ball game.
Well, Coach, that 21-3 record speaks very well of itself. And I can say to the fans, honestly, that last year it was such an exciting game, and I'm looking forward to seeing the game tonight. With all those defenses and good players that you have, and McDowell, one of the better teams in our region, and they're playing well now, it should be a very good game for the fans. So I just want to wish you and your team good luck, and especially in the tournaments coming up in the district and regional. We'd like to see your team do well, and if you possibly could, get out of that 16th region.
Boy, Pete, I tell you, we really would like to do that. And thank you and Dave and everyone up here for the hospitality. And I tell you, we always enjoy coming up here. The teams are well coached, well disciplined, and that means a lot when you're out on the road playing a basketball game.
Thank you, Coach Trent. It's good to have you up here at McDowell, and good luck to you. Now coming up on our pregame show will be an interview again with Coach David Turner. And I'll have Coach Turner right out here in just a second. Here he is. Welcome to our pregame show again, Coach Turner. We just had Coach Trent with us, and we know he has a very good ball club. And I know your team is coming along real strong, 19-9 on the season. And what comments do you have now for that record, and maybe what do you plan for tonight?
Well, we're, as you say, 19-9. Looking forward to playing a good team with good competition tonight. This late in the season, it'll be good for us going into the district tournament. We feel that it will help us prepare even more than what we are now for the tournament. We played Rowan County last year at Rowan County, and we went in at halftime around 20-some points ahead, and they came back out and tied the ball game up, and we won on a last-second shot down there. So we know that they have a good ball team, and then they picked up some players from Breck this year.
You know, one point the fans might want to know is that this is actually a merger of Breckenridge Training and Rowan County out here on the floor. And Breckenridge Training, it was a long-established school with a good history. So you're looking at the best that Breck Training had in the past in Rowan County. So how do you think that will affect the game tonight, Coach?
The top 7 players from Rowan County stayed with Rowan County this year, and the top 7 players from Breck from last year that didn't graduate. So they'll have a good basketball team, but if we can just do the things that we know how to do and are capable of doing, I think we can win the ball game tonight.
Well, Coach Trent told me that they were 21-3 on the season, and they average about 6'4" or 6'5" underneath the basket. This could possibly be the largest team that you'll face this year.
Overall, it is. Virgie has the May boy at 6'8", but this will be the biggest front line that we've faced overall.
Do you have any particular plans to reveal to the fans tonight about this big team and how you're going to combat that height?
No, we're just going to play our ball game. We're just going to try to stick to our basic defense that we've been working the last couple of games with our changes. We may have to adjust at halftime. You never can tell what might transpire in the course of a ball game, but we will just try to do what we know how to do best.
Coach Trent said the same thing, essentially, that, you know, they were going to do the things that they had done all year to make them so successfully and win 21 games. He does change defenses, as you well know from last year down there. They change into 1-3-1, 1-2-2, and then they trap out of those defenses, and they'll play a little man-to-man. So they'll try some pressure out of those defenses too. So it's nothing new. I think your team has faced just about every type of defense that opponents can come up with.
They play basically just like all the other 16th region teams. You know, they'll come after you with high pressure, and they'll mix it up. They may even start out with a man-to-man and then go to some type of zone.
Well, Coach, I know you're looking forward to winning number 20. You're 19-9 on the season. You have Rowan County at home tonight in a big game. I'm sure the fans are going to appreciate this inter-regional rivalry here between the 16th and 15th regions. So I know we're looking forward to this contest. It certainly will tell you a great deal about your team tonight, and they've been playing real well. I suspect that they'll be up for this game.
I'm sure that they'll be up for us. We'll be up for them. It should be a good basketball game. We hope so.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for being on our pregame show again. And we're looking forward to win number 20. And Hope you'll be with us after the game.
Thank you.
Once again, we're only a few minutes from tip-off time here at Grigsby Fieldhouse on the McDowell High School campus. Across the way, you can hear the McDowell High School band under the direction of Mrs. Judy Looney. And on the floor, you can view the McDowell High School cheerleaders. I'd like to mention the cheerleaders' names as these girls support the basketball team throughout the entire season. They are sponsored by Mrs. Sherry Lance, and the members of the cheerleading squad are as follows: Tiny Moore, Donna Reynolds, Terry Bentley, Alicia Mead, Sheila Sloan, Diane Newman, Amy Turner, Karen Stumbo, Carla Stumbo, Kelly Stumbo, Lisa Mitchell, and Madonna Tackett. These girls, along with the majorettes and the band, support the Daredevils throughout the season and give them that added incentive and spirit that is so vital to have a winning basketball program. We are still anticipating the tip-off time in about 8 minutes, and our play-by-play announcer has not arrived yet. We certainly hope that he does. While we are waiting and watching on the TV tube, I notice Roger is scanning the crowd here tonight. It's a little larger than what we had last night. As you can see, the people are still filing into the field house. I'd like to mention the roster for the McDowell Daredevils at this time. The head coach, of course, is David Turner, who was on the pregame show. And he's a 1962 graduate of McDowell High School and played ball here in 1962 and was on one of my better ball clubs. We were, in 62-63, we were runners-up in a regional tournament, and David was a captain of that team. He's assisted by Jerry Fultz, a graduate of Wayland High School, who was a top high school player himself and later was a good college player, as was Coach Turner. He's assisted also, Coach Turner is, by Johnny Ray Turner, who is the head girls basketball coach here at McDowell and who has done a fine job over the past several years in coaching the girls here at McDowell and has taken them to the regional many times. Also, Greg Johnson is the student manager for Coach Turner, and he is doing his student teaching here at McDowell. He will be a graduate of Alice Lloyd College this coming spring. And Greg is very handy and very helpful to the program here and assists Coach Turner all that he can. I'd like to go over the roster of the Daredevils for you, since every boy is vital in this game, and they come out here and practice for several months, and they support each other. And a lot of the boys sit on the bench quite a bit, but they are really vital to the program, and they pitch in when they are called on by Coach Turner, and they practice every day. So I'd like to give you their names and the contribution of letters that they have given to McDowell here the past several years. We'll take the seniors first on the ball club, which Coach Turner has 6 of his 12 are seniors. And they're led by Pete Grigsby, a guard, a 6'2" senior guard. And this year he will earn his 4th letter. So that's 4 letters for Pete Grigsby. Roger Moore, a 6'1" forward, is a senior, and he has earned 3 letters. Frank Johnson, a starter, and a 6'1" forward, a senior, and he has earned 3 letters also. Steve Hobbard, a 6-foot guard, a senior, he has earned 4 letters here at McDowell. I am counting the letters as of this season also because I assume that Coach Turner usually letters all of the boys on his 12-man squad. Another senior on the squad is 5'9", Tommy McKinney, and he has earned 1 letter, and Tommy has been a good addition to this year's squad. He is fast and a good ball handler. Greg Short is another senior, 5'10", a forward, and he has earned 1 letter. And Greg was a good addition to the team last night as he came off the bench and did a good job. So those are the 6 seniors: Grigsby, Moore, Johnson, Hobbart, McKinney, and Short. Now we go to the juniors on the squad, headed by Jimmy Dale Turner, the 6'9" center, who has earned 3 letters and is doing a great job this year for McDowell. Jeff Stumbo, a 6'3" center, is a junior, and he has earned 2 letters. And he does a good backup job for Jimmy Dale. David Tuttle, a 5'8" guard, is also a junior, and he has earned 2 letters. And you saw him in the game the other night against Sheldon Clark, and he did a good job there. One of the boys who is sick and out tonight and has been this week and been unable to practice and play is Tim Newsom, a 6'3" sophomore forward who has earned 1 letter and is a good addition to the squad. There are things which Coach Turner and others expect of Tim. He should be a star of the future at McDowell. Mike Mitchell is a 5'9" guard and a sophomore. He has earned 1 letter, and Mike has a lot of potential for the future. The only freshman on the 12-man squad is Doug Hall, who is 6 feet tall and has been playing well on the B team this year. So there you have the 12-man squad that Coach Turner carries this year and with him throughout the remainder of the season and tournament play. So to those coaches and managers and players, we give to you a very hearty salute and a job well done on a 19-9 season. Here are some statistics on this year's ball club that might interest you. The leading scorer for the squad is Pete Grigsby. The 6'2" guard is averaging 24.1 points per game and is having a very good season at that position. He is a 4-year starter for Coach Turner, and it certainly is showing up this year as he has matured, and I'd say his game is coming to his own. Several universities and colleges are interested in him and have been inquiring about his abilities, hoping that they can get him to play for them in the years to come. The next leading scorer is Roger Moore, 6'1" forward, a senior, averaging 16.2 points per game. Roger is having a very good year. He's very quick and fast and does an excellent job overall. The next leading scorer is Jimmy Dale Turner, the 6'9" junior center, who is averaging 15.1 points per game. Jimmy is coming into his own and has had some real good games here of late, rebounding and scoring. Frank Johnson is the next leading scorer at 6'1", a senior, averaging 9 points per game, and Frank is really tearing everybody up on defense and the boards here as of late, as well as scoring. Stevie Hobbert is the next leading scorer. He is a 6-foot senior guard, averaging 6.5 points per game. The leading rebounders on the squad are Jimmy Dale Turner, averaging 12 rebounds per game, and Frank Johnson averaging 11.2 rebounds per game. The leading assist players are Pete Grigsby at guard, averaging 8.8 assists per game, and Steve Hobbert at guard, averaging 5.1 assists per game. The best free throw shooting percentage so far in the squad are led by the guards once again. Stevie Hobbert leading with a 79% average, and Pete Grigsby with a 75% average. So those are some statistics that you might be interested in as the McDowell Daredevils come into tonight's game with a 19-9 record overall, and they have 2 games remaining next week before the district tournament begins. And also you have the roster of the 12-man squad that Coach Turner carries throughout the season. Well, the starting lineup for Rowan County is Harden, number 10, and Hoagie, number 4. At center is McGraney, number 52. And at forward for Rowan County, number 21 is Stamper. And at the other forward, number 20 is Eldridge. So you heard Coach Trent say that they would have the largest front line that he would face this entire year. And for McDowell, it will be at guard, Pete Grigsby and Steve Hobbert, and at center, Jimmy Turner, and at forwards, Roger Moore and Frank Johnson. We're getting ready for the introduction of the 2 squads. We're still waiting for the entrance of Marty Spurlock here to do our play-by-play for us. Hopefully he'll be here shortly. In the background, you can hear the PA announcer, Greg Johnson, ready to announce the starting lineups. He's awaiting someone to get to the scorer's table before he announces the starting lineups. The referees have just concluded talking to the captains of the respective teams. Here we go now for the announcement. Now here comes McDowell. So there you have it, the starting lineups for tonight's basketball game. In just a moment, the tip-off. Well, Marty Spurlock didn't show up, so I'm going to try the play-by-play and the commentary, so bear with me tonight, folks. Should be an exciting contest between these two top clubs of their respective regions. McDowell, the 15th region, and Rowan County, the 16th region. We have Bernard Collier, one referee, tossing the ball up. And Bogar, the other referee, over here near the sidelines. Bogar and Bevins are the referees for tonight's contest. And here we go. There's the tip. Controlled by McDowell. Steve Hobbert with it in the backcourt. Across the mid-stripe. The Vikings in a 1-3-1 zone. Over to Moore, to Hobbert, to Grigsby on the wing, who penetrates, dumps off to Turner. There's a deflected pass. Hobbert recovers. Over to Moore on the wing. He takes a 15-footer. No good. Short. Rebounded by number 4. Here we come on the transition. On the break. McDowell back fast. They are in their 1-3-1 zone. Number 4 is dribbling with the ball out front, trying to set up a play. Over to Harden, to Hogg in the post. To McRaney underneath, pass deflected, knocked down by Grigsby. Come up with a number 52 and up, no good. Rebound by 21 up and in. Stamper on the rebound. Rowan County pressing in a trap press, zone press. Grigsby to Hobbert, down the baseline to Moore. Moore jumps, 10-footer, no good. Rebound by Johnson, but Johnson traveled as he came off the boards with the rebound. Here comes Rowan County on the attack. Number 4, Hogg, is the point guard. McDowell looks like they're in their half-court pressure. Hogg comes across. He's being chased. There's the pass, the baseline, knocked out of bounds by Moore. Rowan County takes over. It'll be number 21, Stamper, with the ball out of bounds. Out to Hogg. He's setting the ball up at the top of the key. Turn that ball in just a little bit. Into number 20 underneath the boards, and looks like it was blocked by Jimmy Turner. Great block by Turner on number 20, and that is Eldridge. Eldridge about a 6'5" forward. They'll be jumping at the Rowan County basket. McDowell controls over to Johnson. Down the side to Grigsby. Grigsby dribbling across. Out front to Hobart. Hobart over to Moore on the wing. Back to Hobart. Back to Moore. Over the wing to Grigsby. Grigsby penetrates. Puts up a shot, but he's fouled by number 4, who was holding on the left arm. There's your referee, Collier, calling the foul on number 4, Hogg, who fouled Grigsby on the way up. Okay. That's his first foul and the team's first foul. Up. No good. A lane violation on McDowell. Roger Moore caused the lane violation there, so no basket. Up and good. So the score is 2-1 now. Rowan County ahead. McDowell in full court pressure. Down the floor, number 10, Harden up with left-hand shot. Good. 4-1 now. Rowan County jumps out in an early lead. Bearing pressure, 1-3-1 pressure over to Hobart. McDowell needs a little help. He's double teamed, and he walks with the ball. McDowell is calling for a timeout. Coach Turner signaled timeout to his squad to get ready for the defenses that Rowan County puts up. McDowell has committed 3 turnovers already. That gives you some indication of why they're just 1 point. And, of course, Grigsby had another foul shot but was taken away by a lane violation by Roger Moore. So I think both teams right now are just measuring the other up. Rowan County has come out a little more aggressive at this point than McDowell and seems to be taking the game to them with a lot of pressure. McDowell has countered with full court pressure. And, of course, I think they were caught off guard a little bit with that full court pressure by Rowan County. But I look for McDowell to come back with good pressure and to speed the tempo of the game up. 4-1, 5:42 left the first quarter. 4-1 in favor of Rowan County. Harden into Hogg, and he goes to a wing while Hogg handles the ball at the point. Holds it, passes it down in the corner to Stamper. Stamper in underneath the 52. Looks like a good block, but the ref calls a foul. 52, McGraney was fouled by Jimmy Turner. That's his first. And team's first. He will shoot 2. McGraney eyes the basket. He's a southpaw. Puts the first one up and good. Ready for the second. Up and also good. 6-1 now. Rowan County 5-point lead here early in the game. Grigsby takes it out over to Hobart. Back to Grigsby. Grigsby's looking down the floor. He sees Turner open. Long pass to Turner. Turner drives in. Looked like he was picked up by Moore and in. Looked like Turner was fouled, but the refs didn't catch that. Moore made a good recovery and put it up and in. 6-3. Rowan County on the attack. Over to Stamper. Stamper holds the ball down to the baseline to Eldridge. Eldridge trying to get the ball into McGraney. There's a lot of contact between McGraney and Turner. Eldridge tries to make a move on the baseline and shuffles his feet. Good call by the Rumps. McDowell on the attack. Grigsby with it into Hobart. Rowan County still pressing. Grigsby has the ball underneath, long pass to Turner. Good pass. Turner puts it up and in. Good pass by Grigsby. Good shot by Turner. Nice assist there. Being alert with the long pass. 6-5 now. McDowell edging up. Rowan County on the attack. Over to Hogg. Back to Harden. McDowell in her 1-3-1 pressure. Baseline to McGraney. The ball almost goes out of bounds. He saves it on the end line. Across court to 21, Stamper. Stamper moves in, and he is traveling with the ball as Grigsby picked him up on that wing. Good defense by McDowell. 3-2 on the turnovers. Hobart into Grigsby, and Rowan County drops back in her 1-3-1. Over to Hobart. To Moore. To Hobart. To Grigsby. Grigsby fakes. Puts up a 15-footer. Good. Nice jump shot by Grigsby to the right of the key. 7-6 now. McDowell takes her first lead of the night. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. Rowan County under control. Across the mid-stripe. Out to Hogg. Harden to Hogg, into McGraney. McGraney loses it out of bounds. Another turnover by Rowan County. That's 3 turnovers. That was very helpful because it looked like he was open for a gimme. Here's Grigsby into Hobart. McDowell on the attack now, across the mid-stripe. Over to Grigsby. Rowan County is in a 2-1-2. Grigsby drives, shoots it a pass over to Moore. Moore, 15-foot jumper, no good. Eldridge on the rebound. Out to Hogg. Hogg 2-on-1 to Harden. Harden drops and shoots the jump shot, no good. Come off there. Rebounded by Rowan County. Harden has the ball out front. They've moved Hogg to a wing, and they have Stamper to a wing. Eldridge in low, and they have McGraney in high on high post. Over to left wing now to Hogg, number 4. He's holding the ball, dribbling with it. Out to Harden at the point, deep point. Rowan County's playing very deep against McDowell's zone. Very patient. Over to Stamper on the right wing. Down the baseline now to Hogg. Hogg tries to put it in. Grigsby intercepts the ball. He's coming with it down the floor on the break. Over to Turner. Turner puts up 8-foot jumper. It rattles around, no good. And we have Rowan County with rebound. Here comes Harden on the attack for Rowan County. Over to Stamper, 15-footer, no good. Turner rebounds, dishes out to Grigsby. Grigsby's pushing it down the floor. McDowell's got a run against this team. Puts up a 10-foot jumper, and he's fouled by McGraney. McDowell must push the ball down the floor and speed the game up. Rowan County is a team that depends on their height and their pressure defenses. 7-6 in favor of McDowell with 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Grigsby at the foul line. He has an opportunity for 2 shots. First is up and around and rolls off. Second one is good. Hit the bottom of the net for an 8-6 lead. McDowell in the full court press. Comes the ball to McGraney at the center line. Over to Harden. Harden 2-on-1 underneath Eldridge. Eldridge up and good. They solved the press that time. It's 8-8. All knotted up here in the first quarter. 2 good basketball clubs going at each other. There's the half-court pressure. Grigsby underneath to Johnson. Johnson to Turner. Turner misses a gimme. Puts it up once, twice, and in. Good pass, good work. Good board work by Jimmy Turner. Good pass by Johnson and Grigsby to get the ball to Turner. 10-8 now. McDowell on top by 2. Here's Hogg out front. Under pressure. Under heavy traffic. Almost intercepted by Moore, but he fumbles it out of bounds. And Rowan County takes over. Stamper, number 21, will put it into play in the right corner. Out to Harden. To the point to Hogg, number 4. Rowan County setting it up over to Harden on the right wing. Trying to work it into Stamper on the baseline. Stamper looks under. Takes the 10-foot jumper, no good. Coming off the rebound to Johnson. Johnson looking out. He hits Grigsby. Here comes Grigsby with the ball down the middle. He makes his move to the basket. Dumps it off to Turner. Turner to Moore still on the baseline. Over across to the wing to Hobart. Hobart has it now. McDowell setting it up. Rowan County's in the 2-1-2 zone at the point. High pass underneath to Turner. It's too high. And here comes Rowan County with the intercepted pass. Stamper has it down the middle. Underneath to McGraney, and McGraney puts it up and in. It's a tie ball game, 10-10. That's another turnover by McDowell. They've got to be very stingy with turnovers tonight. This is a good ball team. Grigsby has it under control in front court. Cross the wing to Moore, to Hobart, to Grigsby. Grigsby looking over the defense, a 1-3-1 trap. 2 men on him out front to move the ball to Moore. Johnson on the baseline. McDowell moving the ball cautiously to Moore, to Hobart. Underneath to Johnson. Johnson's fouled by number 10. He puts up a shot. We're anticipating what the refs might call. Foul was before the shot, says the referees. So McDowell loses the basket. I thought it was a 3-point play there. Okay. McDowell taking it out underneath their own basket. Jimmy Turner will control. Long pass outside to Hobart, over to Moore on the wing. Moore dribbles and passes back to Hobart at the point. Back over to Moore at the wing. Into Turner. Then to Moore. Moore loses control. Hobart picks it up, a loose ball. Over to Grigsby. Grigsby's trying to make a move. 2 men on him. Back out to Hobart. Back to Grigsby. Grigsby trying to make a move. He does to his right, puts up a 15-foot jumper. Off, no good. Eldridge comes off for a rebound. McDowell back fast, down the floor to McGraney. McGraney underneath the Hog. Hog underneath, misses a gimme by Stamper, but Eldridge rebounds. And they go on top, 12-10. 15 seconds to go. McDowell has a chance for a shot. They're moving the ball cautiously now over to Moore on the wing, to Hobart, to Grigsby on the wing, into Turner. Turner across the middle to Moore. Moore underneath to Johnson. Johnson puts it up. No, he passes it off. 1 second. There's the buzzer. So first quarter action comes to an end with Rowan County 12 and McDowell 10. Rowan County's half will definitely bother McDowell inside. Johnson and Turner are opposing the biggest front line they have seen this year. They also have good pressure out front on Grigsby when he has the ball. They set 2 men up on him in that 1-3-1 trap to prevent the penetration, and they have stopped him from penetrating pretty good so far. He has only been able to get through the defense twice. This is good strategy by Rowan County to keep the guard trapped and to make him pass the ball off more. McDowell needs to, at this point, to loosen the defense up maybe and hit a few outside shots and then dump it off inside and let Turner and Johnson go against the big boys. So 12-10 at the end of the first quarter. My statistician has just handed me, what's the rebounds now, Mr. Moore, for the first quarter?
Rowan County 7, McDowell 4.
Rowan County has us on the board, 7-4. What about turnovers?
They're even, 4 apiece.
All right, 4 apiece. And assists. How many assists do we have?
3, and they have 3.
All right, assists are 3 and 3. Rebounds are also fairly even. Here's the tip-off. McDowell controls. Over to Johnson. Johnson tipped it back to Turner. Now Johnson has it out front. He's waiting for a guard. Gives it to Hobart. Hobart over to Grigsby on the left wing. Back to Hobart. McDowell on the 1-2-2 offense. Moore with it on the wing. Lob pass underneath to Turner. Turner jumps up. Oh, misses a shot, but Moore follows and puts up a rebound. Nice follow by Roger Moore. 12-12 now, but Daredevils tied. They're back down fast on defense, setting up a 1-3-1 trap. Harden is out front. He doesn't find anybody. Finally hits Eldridge in the middle. Over to Hogg. Hogg back to Harden. Harden, the 15-footer, no good. Rebounded by Roger Moore. Moore gives it to Grigsby. McDowell pushing it down the floor now. Grigsby on the attack. Dribbles to the right side, right wing. Gives a pass to the foul line to Moore. Moore into Johnson. Johnson up. Has a shot blocked, and Rowan County controls. Nice block by McGraney. 7:04 to go. Here comes Rowan County on the attack. Harden over to Stamper. Into McGraney. Graney, the southpaw, puts up 5-footer, no good. Eldridge is rebounding in there, puts it up and back in. We've got to block Eldridge off the boards there. He's getting the board play on us. McDowell back on attack, 14-12, trailing by 2. Grigsby has it in right front court. Down the baseline to Turner. Turner back to Grigsby. Grigsby trying to make his move. Dumps it over there to Moore. 15-footer left of key, no good, in and out. McGraney rebounds. Here comes Rowan County. Harden stops ahead of Key, cut off by Hobart. Over to Stamper, into McGraney. McGraney puts up a short jumper. No good. A battle for rebound underneath there, and Rowan County comes out with it. 44. He puts it over to Stamper. Stamper drives. Shot blocked by Turner. Grigsby has it now. 2-on-2 break. Goes all the way and puts it up. No good. There's outlet pass, almost lost. Hobart almost came up with it. Johnson does intercept. Trevor going back the other way. Johnson, a bad pass to Grigsby. Hit him in the legs. And another turnover by Johnson. And we have a score still, 14-12, favor Rowan County on the attack. We had 2 chances for 2 layups there, and we messed both of them up. A good shot from the corner by number 44. We're down by 4. Here we come on the attack. Grigsby has it in the right corner, over to Hobart, to Moore. Back to Grigsby. Grigsby trying to make his move, has 2 men on him, over to Roger Moore. Roger penetrates, puts up shot, no good. Rebound, and he walks with the ball. McGraney walked. He fell over Roger Moore, who had stumbled. And we were very fortunate there, to get a turnover. McDowell under control. McDowell looks a little tired at this point. Turner controls over to Grigsby. Grigsby angles to the left here, to the right, out to the left of Key. Over to Hobart. Hobart to Turner on the baseline. Turner eyes the basket, well guarded there by 2 men. Out to Hobart. It's obvious who they're keying on. They're keying on Grigsby and Turner. Their zone defense, a 1-3-1. There's a high pass to Turner. Almost goes out of bounds. He saves it. Turns around, puts up a shot, off-balance shot, no good. Outlet pass, and he charges over top of Grigsby. That's Harden. Harden charges over top of Grigsby. And it's another turnover. Good play there by McDowell. McDowell's going to have to put up some outside shots. This is a big team, and they have a big zone. It's hard to work it underneath until they open it up some. There's the ball in the corner by Johnson. Back to Moore. Moore over to Hobart. Over to Grigsby. Into Turner. Turner to Moore. Moore into the lane, and it's up and in. Foul by Eldridge, number 20. McDowell will have to move a ball that quickly and move it back to the weak side. And that seems to be the only thing that's working now since they're keying so heavily on Grigsby and Turner. So the weak side back to Moore and Johnson looks like the only thing that Rowan County is giving McDowell at the time. Roger Moore, an opportunity for a three-point play. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Moore eyes it, pops, good. 16-15, McDowell down by 1. Here they go in full court pressure. There's a long pass down the side to Harden. Harden's under control over to Eldridge. Eldridge penetrates, put it up, and good. He shot that ball over top of Jimmy Turner, 6'9". He put a high arch and it banked in. Hobart to Moore to Hobart. Over to Grigsby. Grigsby drives, 15-footer up. No good. Turner looks like he was fouled. The ball stolen away. There's a scramble underneath the board, and Johnson fouls number 42. I don't have his name. 42 is into the game, and 44 into the game for Rowan County. Littleton? Okay, Littleton. I'm sorry, folks. I don't have the full roster for Rowan County up here. My able assistant tells me that his name is Littleton, number 42 for Rowan County. Here we come on the attack. Harden down the corner to 44. 44 puts up a good 18-footer. It's good. 20-15 now. McDowell down by 5. Hobart has it over to Grigsby. Grigsby over to Wayne to Moore. Moore tries to penetrate. Back out to Hobart. Hobart over to Moore. There's the left wing. He's open. 15-foot. No good. Comes off to Littleton, 42, and he's out to number 44. Come down the middle under control. Lose the pass. Grigsby has it now. 2-on-1. He's headed down for the jump shot. It's up and no good. Rebounds his own shot. Puts it up. Misses again. And 52 fouls Hobart. Fine hustle by McDowell. Fine hustle there by McDowell, and Hobart saves the rebound on a missed shot and now has 2 shots. He was fouled in the act of shooting. 3:28 to go in the second quarter. McDowell down by 5. First one up and good by Stevie Hobart. 20-16 now. We're only down by 4. The second one rattles around, but it drops through. 20-17. McDowell in full court pressure now. They take it out. 44 has the ball, long pass down to Eldridge. Eldridge long pass over to McGraney. McGraney drives on Turner, and he is traveling with the ball. Good call by the referee. Another turnover by Rowan County. McDowell on the attack against the 1-3-1 zone of Rowan County. Grigsby on the left wing. Back out to Hobart. Hobart in the baseline to Moore. Moore underneath to Turner. Turner up with the jump shot. Good. 20-19. McDowell in pressure now. 1-2-1-1 full court pressure. Here down the side to Eldridge. They get it across. They're working on Moore. Moore. Hobart double team. The ball almost get it stolen away. Underneath to McGraney. McGraney is up with the shot, and he's fouled by Roger Moore. That's a 2-shot foul. It was a good foul by Roger. The boy had an easy layup. It might have saved a point or two if he misses his fouls. McDowell down by 1. McGraney up with a soft left-hander. We have 2 left-handed centers tonight, Jimmy Turner and McGraney for Rowan County. There's the second one. Up and no good off the back of rim, but Rowan County Eldridge come off with it and a short jumper, and he puts it up and in. Eldridge has really hurt McDowell on the offensive board tonight. It's 23-19. McDowell now on the attack. Rowan County leading before. McDowell's working around the 1-3-1 zone. Grigsby has on left wing. Looks for more. Passes over to Howard. Howard into Turner. Turner into Moore with the short jumper. Good. McDowell working the ball against the 1-3-1 zone a little better now. Behind the 2, they're still in full court pressure. Hogg has it across the center stripe to 44, who tries to penetrate. Howard comes up behind, almost loses the ball. And there's McGraney and over top of Turner that time with a nice basket. 25-21, Rowan County in the lead. McDowell on the attack. Grigsby and Moore have changed wings. Howard to Moore, into Turner. Turner 8-foot jumper on the baseline, no good. Eldridge again on the boards. Number 20 is really hurting McDowell on the boards tonight. He has 8 rebounds so far. Hogg on control down to 44 in the corner. He's a good shooter from there. Misses. Grigsby on the rebound, comes off there this time with it. Down the middle, he's pushing it down court. Picked up there by Rowan County, goes in for a jump shot, and he's fouled by number 44. It looks like that. Nice call by the referees. They're calling a very good game here tonight. 2 good ball clubs. Grigsby has 2. Rowan County on top before, 25-21 with 1:36 to go. First one is up and too hard off the back edge of the rim. Yeah, as the second one puts it up. Good. 25-22. McDowell in full court pressure. Over to Hogg. He's trapped by Grigsby and Johnson. Over to 42. Long pass down to McGraney. McGraney on the attack. Over to Eldridge. Good. McDowell a little slow on getting back after they broke the pressure. Down by 5 now. 27-22. Hobart with the ball. Over to Grigsby. To Hobart. To Moore. Moore with a 15-foot jumper. Short. Comes back out. Eldridge with the rebound. Kicks it out to Hogg. Here he comes, 2-on-1 underneath the McGraney, up and in. McDowell was slow, getting back down the floor. Grigsby has the ball on the attack. 18-foot jumper, no good. No rebound, but Johnson underneath there. Kicks it out to Hogg, number 4. Here comes Rowan County. On the break, 42 has it up, no good. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson to Grigsby. McDowell down by 7, 29-22 to Turner. Over to Hobart. To Moore with a 15-footer. Good. 29-24. McDowell down by 5. Full court pressure. They gotta work the ball in the middle. Down the side to Eldridge. 23 seconds to go. Looks like they'll hold for the last shot. Underneath to McGraney. A shot blocked by Turner. Good block by the big center. Drives the baseline. Another shot block. Grigsby has it. 6 seconds to go. He must move it down. He tries to pass to Moore. 29-24 at the half. Rowan County with a 5-point lead here. In a very close contact. Very well officiated game here. Very well played game on both parts of each team. Rowan County has a good solid defense going for them at this time. McDowell's having trouble with some of their shots. They normally would shoot better than what they are, but they are being bothered somewhat by the 1-3-1 zone thrown up by Rowan County. Across the way, you are listening to the McDowell High School Band. Our cameraman has taken a break, and yours truly is here with all this equipment by himself, so I'm trying to show you the band. McDowell down by 5 here at halftime, 29-24 against a strong rebounding Rowan County team. They're probably the biggest team McDowell's faced this year. Here come the Daredevils back onto the floor with 3 minutes to go. The scoring for McDowell at halftime, they are led by Roger Moore with 11 points, Jimmy Dale Turner with 6 points, Petey Grigsby with 5 points, and Steve Halbert with 2 points. For Rowan County, they're led by Eldridge with 12, and he's doing that mainly on the rebounds and putting them back in. And then McGraney, the center, has 9 points. Holbrook, who came in there, number 44, had 4 points. Stamper had 2, and Harden had 2. So there's the scoring, 29-24 at halftime. McDowell was short on the boards. Rowan County beat them 15-9 on the rebounds. But Rowan County also had 10 turnovers, and McDowell had 7. The difference at this time appears to be on the rebounding and also on the shooting of the two teams. I don't think McDowell is shooting quite as good as they're capable of shooting, but maybe they'll get going this second half on their shooting. But they're going to have to get on the boards. I have Homer Hall, alumni, with me of McDowell. Homer, what's your impressions of the first half?
Well, both teams seem to be making several turnovers. As you had noted, that Rowan County made 10 and McDowell 9, I believe. No, 7. The Rowan County team appears to be a larger team than McDowell. I don't know exactly their heights. The big boy from McDowell, 52, he's probably his tallest one on the floor, but is not rebounding as much as he should be rebounding, even though he did have probably 5 block shots.
There's the McDowell School song across the way by the McDowell Band and led by Miss Julie Looney. Trying to get the Daredevils up. That school song has worked wonders in the past. Maybe they'll work tonight. Well, don't let anybody fool you. Rowan County is a good ball club. One of the top teams in the state and one of the top teams in the 16th region. And, of course, McDowell has a very good ball club. They're only down by 5. Well, we're almost ready for tip-off again, the second half. McDowell and Rowan County back on the floor. And Coach David Turner has his boys in a huddle, giving them instructions. And Rowan County's in their huddle. We're almost ready for the second half tip-off. Our statisticians are getting back here on the scores table with me. And we're almost ready to go. Homer, I believe McDowell needs to speed the tempo up a little more and get on the boards. What do you think?
Oh, definitely the board work, being very lax on the board appears to be.
You know, the 1-3-1 has been effective against McDowell. I think McDowell needs to hit that 15-footer a little better and then get on the offensive board.
Yeah, they've been passing around the perimeter an awful lot, making a couple of extra passes probably they should not.
So maybe McDowell and Coach Turner will come back here, and the opening tip goes to controlled by Eldridge of Rowan County. Over to Hogg. Down the corner there it goes to Harden, back to Hogg, over to Stamper. Stamper underneath McGraney. McGraney up, and Turner is fouling. What is that on Turner? Number 1 or number 2 on Jimmy Dale Turner. McGraney is ready for his 2 shots. We're at the start of the third quarter. Guys, the first one up and no good. Maybe Rowan County get a little cold this half.
I certainly hope so. They've been hitting rather well.
Second one is no good, and Johnson comes off with it. Out to Grigsby, McDowell on the attack. Rowan County still in their 1-3-1. That was so successful first half. McDowell in their 1-2-2 with Moore on the baseline, Turner on the baseline, Grigsby on this wing. Over to Hobart, over to Johnson. Hobart to Grigsby on the wing, guarded by Stamper. He has the ball. It moves into the circle there to Johnson. Moore over to Hobart to Grigsby. Into Turner on the baseline. Cross court to Johnson. McDowell loses control. Here comes Rowan County on the break. They think better to hold up. Hobart almost steals. He does steal the ball. Good steal by Stevie Hobart. And he is tied up. Soul saver refs. Frankly, I thought that guy was over top, over the back. Good play by Stevie Hobart. Good hustle. There's a jump ball there between Hogg, number 4, and Stevie Hobart of McDowell. No score so far in the third quarter of this second half. A tip controlled by Rowan County. Harden has it. Angles to the left. At the point to Hogg over to Stamper on the wing. Into Eldridge, and Eldridge turns around open with a sure easy 5-footer. 31-24 now. Rowan County has stretched its lead to 7. Hobart over to Johnson. Johnson looking under back to Hobart. Grigsby on this right wing. Grigsby drives, puts up the jump shot, no good off the rim. Johnson rebounds underneath to Turner. Turner up and in. Nice follow by Johnson. We've got to get on those offensive boards, Homer. If we don't, it's Katie Barvador tonight.
Yeah, they've only been getting 1 shot up to this point.
All right, 31-26. Rowan County on the attack. Stamper has it now for Rowan County. Down the baseline to Harden. Harden to Stamper underneath to Eldridge, and Eldridge has a gimme. Coach Turner is upset by that, and he's signaling a timeout to his boys, and they immediately call a timeout with 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Rowan County on top, 33-26. 7-point lead. They stretched their 5-point lead to 2. McDowell calling timeout, making some adjustments. I noticed Coach Turner had moved more to the baseline in his 1-2-2 offense, and Johnson out to the wing. What do you think the cause of that?
Well, it was, I know they, in the first half, they were getting the ball low, but Johnson has a little difficulty in putting the ball on the goal. And he had bobbled the ball a few times in the first half. Moore is a better shooter and can handle the ball a little better, I believe, on the goal there.
I believe your assessment's right there, Homer, because Roger Moore can jump much higher, and maybe Coach is thinking that he can put those easy shots in that Johnson was missing. And, of course, I think the size advantage on this wing with Stamper out there on Grigsby on that wing is bothering him some, too. Of course, when he gets the ball, we have 2 men waiting on him, and so does Turner when he gets the ball in there. They're pushing him out beyond his shooting range a little. So here we go, 6:15 to go in the third quarter. McDowell on the attack. Pressure by Rowan County. Grigsby has a long pass underneath to Roger Moore. He's wide open. He lays it up and in. Good pass. Good basket. Way to look down the floor. We're behind now by 5. 33-28. Rowan County on attack. Harden under control. Hobart out front. Meeting him with pressure over to Hogg. Hogg holds the ball down the corner. Almost intercepted, but knocked out of bounds. Roger Moore almost intercepted. Referees have a difference of opinion. One says it should go to Rowan County out of bounds. The other says it should go to McDowell, so we'll have a jump up. How do you see that, Homer?
I really thought that Moore deflected and touched the number 21 on the way out, number 21 from Rowan County.
All right, so we have a jump. In the third quarter, play. Oh, we got a bad toss up there. It appears Turner wasn't ready, and Rowan County controls again on the jump balls. Into Stamper. Stamper is guilty of walking. Good call by the official. A turnover for Rowan County. McDowell on the attack. Rowan County still in that 1-3-1 that's been so successful against the Daredevils. Grigsby trying to penetrate, dumps off to Hobart. Hobart over to Johnson. Johnson back to Grigsby. Grigsby underneath to Turner. Turner 8-footer good. Now that's what you got to do against that 1-3-1.
Right, they must move it much faster than what they have been.
Right. Good passing by McDowell. 33-30. Rowan County on the attack. Hogg over to Stamper. Stamper looking under, down the baseline to Harden. Harden, left foot jumper, 15-footer. No good. McDowell rebounds, Turner out to Grigsby. Grigsby trying to push it down the floor. He still handles the ball, veers off to the right, sets it up, over to Hobart. Rowan County got back fast and cut off the break. Grigsby has it on the wing, trying to drive a baseline, puts up a 15-foot jumper. No good. Rebounded by McGraney, out to Hogg. Hogg underneath to Eldridge on the break. Eldridge up, and it rolls around, no good. McDowell for a rebound, Turner out to Grigsby. Grigsby trying to push it down the floor. Rowan County cutting him off into mortal baseline, good 15-footer up and in. 33-32. McDowell getting movement on the offense. This is what they have to do. They have to move the ball and run. Rowan County trying to slow down the pace now. Here we come on the attack. Rowan County has it. Harden gets by Johnson. Moore picks him up. Stops the penetration. Back on the baseline to Harden. Moore sagging in on McGraney, helping out Turner. McDowell is in a 1-3-1. They're still in a 1-3-1. Both teams playing a 1-3-1. Stamper has it on the deep wing in the corner to Harden. He's guarded by Moore. Out the point to Hogg. Hogg back to Stamper. Stamper holding the ball. They're looking to try to get the ball inside. There it is to Eldridge. And Eldridge drives, penetrates, puts it up. No good, but there's a tip in. 35-32, using that height advantage on McDowell for the tip in. Grigsby has it to Hobart to Johnson. They're moving the ball around a little faster. Johnson holds it over to Grigsby. Grigsby into Turner. Turner into the lane to Moore. Moore up and misses one, but he rebounds his own shot. And we got a foul. McDowell moving the ball much better, as you have to. Number 20, that's Eldridge. He committed his second foul. And McDowell has the ball out underneath their own basket. Turner controls in the corner to Grigsby. Grigsby looking inside. Puts it in there to Moore. Moore with a 10-foot jumper. Too hard. He comes off on rebound, puts it up. Good basket. Good job. Good rebound by Roger Moore. Who's the foul on? I missed the foul. Number 21 is Stamper. He fouled Roger Moore on the rebound. Now Roger has a chance to make it a three-point play. McDowell down by 1, 35-34, with 3:26 to go in the third quarter. They were down by 5, and now they've narrowed it to 1. They've done it with a lot of good hustle here in the past 2 minutes. Since Coach Turner called timeout, his troops are doing a lot better. Moore puts it up and in, and it ties it 35-all. And they're in three-quarter pressure now. Rowan County looking against the pressure. Here comes Harden, angles to right. Moore knocks it out of bounds. Good hustle by Roger Moore. Rowan County throws it inbounds to Harden. Harden veers to the left, the key at the top of the circle now. Over to Stamper. Stamper drives baseline, puts it up and in. Someone failed to pick him up there, Homer. They're on the attack now. They're over to Grigsby on the wing. McDowell has the ball. Grigsby looking inside, and he loses control and carries it. He's trying to penetrate, but the penetration isn't there. They are clogging the lanes on Grigsby when he has the ball and cutting him off. Number 10 has the ball. Harden across the mid-stripe over to Stamper. Down the baseline to 44. Puts up a shot, no good. McGraney misses the tip in. Turner has it, and he dishes out to Grigsby, and Grigsby's on the move. He's driving down the middle, puts up a 10-foot jumper. Good. We got the run now going now, 37-37. McDowell in full court pressure. It seems to be bothering them a little bit more this half. Down the baseline to McGraney. McGraney drives to Eldridge. He loses control. Turner has it. Almost loses control. Eldridge reaches in and fouls Hobart. This crowd is coming to his feet in support of the Daredevils. They appear to be gaining their second win, and they're moving much better. 3 team fouls, no bonus yet. They're not in the bonus. Neither team is in the bonus, and 2:19 to go in the third quarter. A very deliberate game, and the game has been played very deliberate by both teams. Here's McDowell on the attack. Grigsby's running the corner over to Johnson. Grigsby in the corner. Drives the baseline, puts up a 15-footer. Good. Grigsby's found his eye, and McDowell goes ahead 39-37. McDowell still pressuring. Here's Harden with the ball at the point, and he makes a turnover, a carryover. Good call by the referee. McDowell has momentum going now, and Rowan County calls timeout. Good call by the coach, Coach Trent, to stop McDowell's momentum. What's your assessment, Homer, of this comeback by McDowell?
Oh, they're very much more aggressive in the last 2 or 3 minutes than they have been really in the rest of the game. As you mentioned, it was a wise timeout for the coach there to slow down the momentum that McDowell is creating right now. Moore has shown exceptional hustle for the last 2 or 3 minutes on offense and defense. Very aggressive on offense, too.
You know, he got on an offensive board there and got that 3-point play, and that put a spark in McDowell. And Grigsby's come back and hit 2 baskets in a row, and I like the strategy here. Coach Turner run him to that baseline. He shut off on the wing. There's no question, but what Rowan County is keying on him on this right wing, and he's going to have to move some other position if he's going to get any good shots tonight.
Right. Grigsby will not have any offense on the wing here because Stamper, number 21, is about 3 inches taller, and he's double teaming him over there. He'll have to go somewhere else to get his offense.
So McDowell made a good adjustment and a timeout call by Coach Turner a while ago, and now Rowan County called timeout, and let's see what kind of adjustment they make. McDowell has it out of bounds with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter and a 2-point lead after a Rowan County turnover. Hubbard has the ball. He's calling out a play. Over to Johnson on the left wing, to Moore on the baseline. Moore fakes, moves it to Hubbard. Over to Grigsby right wing, down the baseline to Johnson. Grigsby with a 25-footer up, no good. Comes off of there. Rowan County on attack. McGraney with a rebound. Harden has the ball at the point. McDowell still on their 1-3-1. Stamper on the left wing. Looks underneath. Can't find anybody open. Back out to Harden. Stamper to number 44. To Stamper again. Back on the baseline to 44. He looks under. Can't find anybody open. Puts the dribble down. Up, no good. Hobbert rebounds. Comes out of there with it. Down the middle on the attack. Still moving into the foul lane. Up with a jumper. Good. Stevie Hobbert with a nice 15-foot jump shot. McDowell is still moving, and they jump out ahead 41-37. 1:07 to go in the third quarter. Rowan County on the attack. Harden over to Stamper. They're looking under double post. Nothing there. There is. Eldridge was open, and they dumped it under to him, and he went uncontested for a layup. McDowell lost their assignment somewhere there. We're going to have to adjust to that. McDowell on the attack. 41-39. Hubbard holding the ball out front. Still holding. Over to Moore. Moore to Hubbard. Hubbard to Grigsby on this right wing. McDowell's looking for the last shot of the third quarter. They're on top by 2. 41-39 with 27 seconds. Moore cross court to Grigsby. Rowan County setting back in their zone. Grigsby just holding the ball. Back to Hobbart's, 15 seconds. Over to Grigsby. Grigsby into Turner. Turner has an 8-footer up and good. The play worked. There is 6 seconds on the board. McDowell ahead 43-39. Harden has it with 3 seconds. McGraney drives a baseline. His pass is blocked by Turner. And McDowell goes on top at the end of the third quarter, 43-39. A good comeback by McDowell. Five turnovers that quarter by Rowan County, and Grigsby had 5 assists that quarter. So that was good, and Roger Moore had a nice 3-point play in another basket, and Hobart had a good basket, and Turner had a couple there. So McDowell came in there with 19 points that quarter. Okay, we have something like Grigsby now at the end of the third quarter has 9 points. Stevie Hobart has 2, and then you have 12 points by Jimmy Turner, and now you have 18 points by Roger Moore. So it's turning into good balanced scoring here by Moore, Turner, and Grigsby, and the Daredevils enjoy a 4-point lead against a good Rowan County ball club. A lot of size. and it's giving McDowell a little trouble. But they've made a very excellent comeback this third quarter. 8 minutes to go. McDowell working for its 20th win of the season. Trying to give Coach Turner his 6th season with 20 victories out of 8. There's a little pop or perspiration down here on the end of the floor. The referee Collier is getting it up to help prevent an accident in the future. Good job by the referees tonight. We're enjoying the toss-up. Now ready for beginning of the fourth quarter. And once again, Rowan County controls into Stamper, into McGraney. And Turner fouls McGraney, and it's his third foul. 3 fouls on Turner. McGraney goes to foul line for 2 more. It's a nice effort by Jimmy Dale. You can't let him go uncontested like that. You must try to block a shot, and he went up very aggressive and got a piece of his arm. The first one is up and good, 43-40. McDowell on top of 3. McGraney's ready again, eyes the basket. Up and no good, rebound by Johnson. You got to consider Johnson's giving away about 4 or 5 inches of height underneath there, and he's still doing a good job. Grigsby on the attack, over to Hobart. Rowan County's going man-to-man. Here's a pass in the post to Turner. Turner's holding the ball. Deflected by Eldridge. Hobart recovers in backcourt. McDowell still has control. Rowan County's going man-to-man now. Man-to-man offense. Grigsby has the ball, cutting off the screen. Still holding. Hobart goes through. Grigsby has the ball. He's penetrating. Takes a jump shot. 15-footer. Short. No good. Comes off there. McGraney out to Eldridge. Long pass. Looks to me like he kicked it around. Stamper has it. But he's fouled by Roger Moore. Fouled by Moore. It's all right. Second foul on Roger Moore. Nobody's in the bonus. McDowell in a 2-3 zone on an out of bounds play. Stamper takes a 15-footer and it's good. That's the first time I've seen him shoot out there tonight. McDowell on top by 1, 43-42. Rowan County and man-to-man. They've changed, gone man-to-man. And Grigsby's tied up. (43-42), 6:49 to go in the fourth and last quarter. There's the tip controlled by Eldridge. Over to Harden. Harden over to Eldridge on the wing. McDowell still in a 1-3-1. 44 has the ball. The baseline to Eldridge. Eldridge looking inside across court to Harden. Harden, 15-footer, no good. Fight for the board. McGraney comes up with it and puts it up and in. They go on top, 1 point. Holbrook is number 44's name. I'll try to get it for you the rest of the game. Hobart with the ball. Into Moore. Got the ball over his head, looking inside. McDowell trying to work the ball inside. Rowan County in a man-to-man is giving him a little trouble. Here's cross off the post. Turner has it high post. Kicks it to Johnson. Johnson to Moore. Moore 15-foot jump shot. No good. He follows his own shot. McGraney comes off with it. Out to Harden, and Turner fouls on trying to make a good move. McDowell calls timeout. Going that man-to-man, that's the 4th timeout for McDowell. That man-to-man seemed to bother McDowell there, Homer.
Yes, it has. They haven't got any penetration at all since they started the man-to-man. And we've had a couple of turnovers. Really haven't had a real good shot since they started the man-to-man. With the timeout, I would imagine that Coach Turner will get them on the right road. But the other team has gained now. They're back to a 1-point lead. And we certainly, with 5:46 to go, they need to start getting their offense going.
All right, 1 point down, 5:46 to go. Plenty of time in this game. McDowell made a good comeback. Rowan County went to man-to-man. This bothered us. Maybe Coach Turner will adjust them in this quarter to it man-to-man, but Rowan County could change back, so you got to be alert for anything. Rowan County on the attack. McDowell in the 1-3-1 up. Harden with the ball over to Stamper. Stamper looks under, trying to get it to Eldridge. Moore covered him. Harden back to Stamper. Stamper looking under. In the high post to McGraney. McGraney goes in and lays it in. 46-43. They're out by 3. They're still in their man-to-man defense. Grigsby over to Johnson. Johnson comes across. Hobart cuts off. He has the ball. He can't get anybody open. There's Hobart with the ball. There's a foul on McGraney. His third foul on McGraney. McDowell has it underneath the boards here. Behind the 3, 5:02 to go. Moore has it out to point to Hobart. Into Turner. 52 is fouling again. That's his 4th foul. 15 foul. I believe McDowell has a bonus. Rowan County went to a 2-3 zone when McDowell had it out of bounds. So we do have the bonus. Barker, number 22, comes in for Rowan County. Turner up with the first one. Good. We're only down by 2 now, 46-44. Turner eyes the second shot. Up and good. 46-45, 1 point difference now between the two teams with almost 5 minutes to go. McDowell with half-court pressure. Hobart on to Harden, over to Stamper. Stamper drives the baseline, tries to get it in. Grigsby steals the ball away. He's coming with the ball down the court into Turner. Turner on the baseline, back to Grigsby. Grigsby, 15-foot jumper, up and good. McDowell goes on top, 47-46. Good play by Grigsby and Turner at that time. McGraney's on the bench. Now McDowell will make her move. Harden has the ball at the point. Pressured out front. Over to Eldridge. Over to Stamper. Eldridge has the ball on the wing. Stamper on the baseline now. They're looking inside, trying to get the ball there. Holbrook has it on the baseline to Stamper. Stamper puts up a 10-footer, and it rolls around no good. Eldridge rebounds. There's Eldridge again on that offensive board. He really rebounds that ball. 48-47. They're out by 1 now. Moore makes a move on his man, penetrates, puts it up and in, and Harden fouls him. McGraney comes back in for number 22. McDowell goes on top, a field goal by Roger Moore. Grigsby answered a call a minute ago. Now Moore answers it for McDowell with a 1-point lead. 3:49 to go in this quarter. It's up and good. 50-48. A 2-point lead by McDowell. Harden over to Stamper. McGraney and Eldridge on the high-low post. The baseline to Holbrook. He looks inside. Over to Stamper. Out front again. It goes to Harden. Harden veers to the left. They're trying to set up a post on the other side to Holbrook. Roger gets a little over anxious and fouls. I don't think you're in the bonus yet. That's just 3 team fouls on McDowell. Oh, three on Roger, and 3 team fouls this half. No, apparently the official score says they're in the bonus. Is that the bonus? Okay, I'm sorry, it's a bonus for Holbrook. It's 3 team fouls on Roger Moore. And Holbrook puts it up and misses it. Johnson had a rebound, but Holbrook, no, I'm sorry, Eldridge is on his back. That's 4 on Eldridge. Man, that'd be something if we get those 2 out of there. McGraney and Eldridge. Here comes McGraney back in for 22. So Coach Trent is shooting the works. He's got both his boys. He's got his starting 5 in there. And they have 2 of them have 4 fouls. Jimmy Turner has 4 on him. Johnson at the foul line. His first one is up and good. He knocked the bottom out of that shot. McDowell by 3. 51-48 with 3:26 to go in this ball game. Johnson up with a second is short. McGraney rebounds out to Hardin. Rowan County on the attack. Hardin over to Stamper. Stamper drives the baseline, puts up a 15-footer, no good. Halbert rebounds. No, he loses control, and Turner comes up with it. Kicks it out to Grigsby. McDowell on the attack now. Grigsby up a 15-footer. Good. He's got it. McDowell by 5, 53-48. They're beginning to move now on this Rowan County ball club. And Rowan County asks for a timeout. McDowell with 2:54 to go has regained the lead, 53-48, with some clutch shooting by Roger Moore and Pete Grigsby. Homer, how do you like that last minute and a half?
Oh, very good. Very good offense. That's the first offense they've generated against the man-to-man. And within the last minute and a half has been their total offense against it.
The man-to-man obviously was bothering McDowell. They went to their balanced floor attack with Turner in the high post. And they had a 3-point or 4-point lead there, beating the 1-3-1 zone. And Rowan County switched to their man-to-man. And McDowell had trouble adjusting. While they were adjusting, they fell behind a point or 2. But now it appears like Homer, they have adjusted against that man-to-man, and Grigsby beginning to penetrate. And Moore beginning to penetrate also with his moves to the basket. And looks like they come up with their a good offense against this man-to-man.
Yes, it does. And currently, Rowan County has 2 boys with 4, and McDowell has 1 with 4. That would be a very important feature.
This could be a very important factor of the foul situation. 2:54 to go in this ball game. McDowell up by 5. McDowell is staying in their zone defense, which is good strategy by Coach Turner. Rowan County on the attack. Hardin into 42, back to Hardin. Hardin has it at the point, over to 42. We're looking inside for McGraney and Eldridge in high-low post. Here comes Stamper. And the ball almost stolen away there, but 42 picks it back up to Hardin. Hardin has it, tries to go to the right side. He's covered there by Grigsby and Halbert. In the baseline to Stamper up with a 10-footer. In, and now it almost came out, but it stayed in there. 53-50, 2.5 minutes to go. McDowell is on the attack. Rowan County looks like they're still in their man-to-man. Grigsby calls out a play for number 5. McDowell's in her high-low post situation. Johnson has the ball. Grigsby has it now out front. Double teamed over to Johnson. Johnson almost loses it. He has it in the backcourt over to Grigsby. Over to Halbert. They're trying to set up number 5. Halbert drives on his man down the right corner. Back to Grigsby. Grigsby penetrates down the right-hand baseline. He puts up 15-footer in and out. Roger Moore rebounds it, puts it up and in. 55-50. Rowan County on attack now, number 10. Hardin over to Stamper. Stamper looking inside to Eldridge. There's 42 on the baseline. 15-footer is up and short. And Turner is fouled. 52 from behind. That is all she wrote for that young man, McGraney. 5 fouls on McGraney. And Big Jimmy Turner will go on the foul line. With the minute 32 seconds to go, McDowell has a 55-50 lead. A 5-point lead with Turner on the foul line in a bonus situation. And Rowan County has just seen their big center foul out. He definitely was on Turner's back.
Oh, yes. Yes, he was on their back, and it was a very important time for him to be fouling out. Turner also has 4, and it was good to see that their 52 fouled out first.
And Jimmy puts the first one up and in, 56-50. McDowell on top, minute 32 to go. Jimmy eyes the second shot, puts it up, and it's short. Eldridge again comes off with a rebound. He's been a terror on those boards for Rowan County. Harden on the attack. Over to Eldridge down the baseline. The 42 puts up a 20-footer. No good. Grigsby rebounds it. He comes off with a rebound at an important time. Nice rebound. He's control the ball. He's driving one-on-one. 42's after him. Back out to Johnson. McDowell's putting it in the freeze. Coach Turner isn't. Johnson has it. Cross court to somebody, to Hobart. Hobart trying to set it up down the baseline to Moore. Moore has it. He's being chased. Back out to Hobart. Hobart over to Grigsby. Grigsby drives. He is fouled by Stamper. 48 seconds to go. The score is 56-50. Grigsby is fouled by Stamper. We have Hog number 4 and number 55. What's his name? Coming into the game for Stamper and number 42. Pratt, 55, comes into the game. 48 seconds to go. McDowell working hard for his 20th win of the season. Grigsby ready, up for the first one. Good. He knocked the bottom out of that one. 57-50. Some clutch playing by the Daredevils by Moore, Turner, and Grigsby. And we are on top, 57-50. What a team effort to come from behind one of the better teams in the state. Grigsby puts up a second one and no good. Roger has a rebound and he's up and it comes off. Nice effort. 42 seconds to go. McDowell on top of 7. Harden has it, top of key. Challenged by Hobart. He's in there, 15-footer up and good. 57-52, and we have a timeout on the court. Rowan County called timeout. Good call by Coach Trent. Who came in? Harden came back into the game. We'll try to check the lineup for you. McDowell staying pretty well the same with no substitutions tonight. The starting 5's intact. Rowan County's run some players in. Homer, what do you think the strategy would be now with 34 seconds to go by Rowan County?
Well, with 5 points down, it's obvious as soon as the ball comes in, if they can't get it within 3 or 4 seconds, they'll foul, or they should foul.
I look for Rowan County to be very aggressive in the backcourt, and if McDowell gets it across, they'll double team a ball, try for a steal or foul. So they'll be very aggressive. McDowell will have to be alert on his ball handling and move the ball. But if the referees are alert, there'll be a lot of fouling. Don't you agree?
Oh, certainly. There'll be a lot of fouling. This is a key factor. Then McDowell has to start making the foul shots or continue making the foul shots.
Right. Substitutes in the game now for Rowan County. A long pass to Johnson to Grigsby. Grigsby has his double team. He is fouled by number 12. I think Harden fouled him. We were right, Homer. They're very aggressive, and they're going for the steal or the foul.
Oh, yeah, with 5 points down and 36 seconds to go, they had no other choice there.
30 seconds to go on the clock. 57-52, McDowell on top, and Grigsby at the stripe. Up, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. No, it has it go out of bounds. And Rowan County controls. Here we go, Rowan County on the attack. They're looking inside baseline to Eldridge. Eldridge makes his move. Ball knocked out of bounds by McDowell, by Roger Moore. 57-52, 20 seconds to go on the clock. McDowell in quest of its 20th win of the season against 15th ranked Rowan County in the state. Passes out to Harden. Harden with a 20-footer. No good. Johnson has a rebound. That should be it. He's in control. He's looking for help. He throws over to Hobart. Hobart is fouled immediately by number 12. 10 seconds to go on the clock. Homer, I believe McDowell has it wrapped up.
That's sufficient now. 5-point lead with 10 seconds. That's good.
Coach Turner is putting all his players back on the other end of the court for defensive purpose, and Hobart up foul line by himself. Only 10 seconds remaining in this contest. Hobart eyes the basket, up and good. That makes it 58-52, a 6-point lead for the Daredevils. All the Daredevils back down the court, Homer. Coach Turner ain't going to take a chance on fouling, is he?
No, he's not going to take a chance on fouling.
Second one is good, 59-52. Rowan County on the attack. Harden has it on the right wing. McDowell lets him shoot a 15-footer up, no good. Rowan County tips it in. And we have timeout with 3 seconds to go. 59-54. Rowan County puts up a good timeout. Good call by Coach Trent. Everyone should be pleased of the Daredevils tonight, coming back this second half against a very strong team from Rowan County. A team which is as big as any we've seen this year and as talented. And very deep, too.
Oh, very deep. And they appears to have about 3 boys that's 6'4", something like that size. Or maybe with the one boy, maybe 6'5", at number 52.
McDowell solved the 1-3-1 zone and pressure of Rowan County. And then Rowan County came out man-to-man, and McDowell solved it. So congratulations, boys. You should have it with 3 seconds to go. But we never can tell. It's 3 seconds. The referees have called a good game tonight. Very good game by the referees. One of the better ones I've seen this year. Johnson has the ball out of bounds. Throws it in, and it's knocked back out of bounds by Rowan County. Johnson was a little indecisive there, Homer.
Yes, he almost had the 5 seconds called on him.
Here it goes again. Cross court to Grigsby. Grigsby down court. He's driven the ball. And the Daredevils have won number 20. 59-54. Congratulations to McDowell and his Daredevils. We should be very proud of this ball club. We brought a state-ranked team in here by the Courier Journal rankings, number 13 by the CJ rankings, and 15 by the AP poll. And McDowell comes away with a 5-point victory, Homer.
Yes, and really the first half, McDowell didn't really play all that well the first half. The second half, they had a good 16 minutes there.
You know, I hope people understand that when you play these good ball teams, that every pass and every rebound and every shot counts. And it was very exciting to see this caliber basketball tonight here in this gym. And it brings me in memory of some of the teams in the past that we played, maybe in the old gym, Homer.
Yes, it does. For several teams came in that were ranked throughout the state, teams from the Louisville area, and once or twice they had to bite the dust, and occasionally McDowell had to bite the dust. But it's a good experience to play teams that are ranked. It's good for your boys.
It certainly is, and Rowan County's got to be commended. I thought they did a tremendous job on defense. They double-teamed Grigsby out front all during the first half and part of the third quarter, and they sagged on Turner. McDowell wisely moved the ball back to the weak side to Roger Moore and Johnson. Moore was very capable tonight and coming through with many baskets. Johnson had some trouble underneath because he was faced with 6'5" and 6'6" boys, and he hadn't faced that much this year. So a lot of his shots didn't go down. And, of course, Rowan County led at halftime on the boards. We have the scoring totals now for McDowell. They scored 59 points tonight to win with 5-point victory. Grigsby chipped in with 14 with a good second half. Steve Hobart chipped in with 6, and he came through the second half with his points. Jimmy Turner had 15, and Jimmy played a real good steady ball game all the way through. Roger Moore was high man tonight with 23, and Roger played an inspired game. He had to because he was playing against much taller boys. And his speed and jumping ability really came through tonight for 23 points. And Frank Johnson, the height really bothered Frank. He only had 1 point, but Frank's a real good player, a real hard worker. But he came up against a lot of guys with a lot of size. It made a lot of difference for Frank in there tonight. So he has nothing to be ashamed of. For Rowan County, The top man on the points was 24 by Eldridge. Eldridge hurt McDowell all night on the boards. He followed up. I suppose he probably was their leading rebounder as well as leading scorer. He put a lot of shots that were missed back in. Stamper had 8, Hardin 4, and McGrange, is that his name, Coach?
Yes, McGrange.
McGrange had 14 and Holbrook 4. Well, a very exciting game here tonight. Those of you who didn't come out missed a very fine game. Two of the top teams in their regions, McDowell in the 15th, Rowan County 16th, and Rowan County ranked in the state. You saw a very fine ball game. And I have with me Coach David Turner. He should be smiling a little bit, win number 20. Right. If you won't smile, I'm going to, because I worked pretty hard tonight for that win. I know you worked hard too. Congratulations, Coach, on number 20.
Well, thank you, Coach. I tell you, we really were maybe expecting more out of Rowan County than what they could give us the first half. Didn't you think so? And we probably were standing back waiting to see what they're going to do. And I told the boys about that. I said, you know, if you can do something against one team, you can do it against another team. I don't care how good that team is. And we talked about some pride in there at halftime, and I thought we came back and played a real good second half.
You certainly did. You were down 5 points at halftime, and you talked about McDowell pride. That McDowell pride came through for you, Coach. I felt like they may have respected Rowan County too much, but still, again, Rowan County has a good ball team, and they're big. That's the biggest front line you'll face this year. It
is, and those two big boys in there are tough. If we can play that type of game against those two boys, we ought to be able to hold our own against anybody.
Probably the most difficult thing you had to do was get the boys to move a ball a little quicker against that 1-3-1. The 1-3-1 was double teaming Grigsby out front when he had it on the wing. It was obvious they keyed on him. They were double teaming Turner underneath, forcing him on along the baseline a little deeper than what you ordinarily wanted. So they left the weak side open, and I noticed you called time and got them to move the weak side to Moore and Johnson.
Right. I wanted Moore down there the second half. I took Johnson out to the wing, and all night long even Petey out there was trying to get the ball to come to the weak side, but we had trouble doing it for some reason the first half. But we ran them out of their zone by doing that finally, and then they went to a man-to-man, and it bothered us for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I had to call another timeout. And what the boys were doing, they were used to playing against a zone, and one guy would have the ball. Whoever had the basketball was going and working his hind end off, and then the other 4 guys were standing. So we had to get some movement out of the other people.
Right. I detected that there the second half when they went that man-to-man. Did give you some trouble. But that first half, you had Moore on the wing, and when you did move to the weak side, he had some good shots, and he followed up. He made a few baskets. But the play that usually works for you on that weak side wasn't there because you put it in underneath the Johnson, and he just didn't have the size tonight against those 6'4" and 6'5" boys.
Right, and one other thing you got to remember, too. The play that we usually run to the weak side has another option to it, but that 1-3-1 shut that off. And in shutting it off, it also left us with another option that we haven't faced this year because people haven't played a 1-3-1 against us. But a 1-3-1 zone should never hurt our basketball team. But the option that it left us was the 10 or 15-footer, and Roger had trouble hitting it early. His shot just wasn't falling for him, and then he hit some. Finally, he got his shot going, and they went in.
Right, absolutely. And I thought you moved him to the baseline to get him in a little closer and take advantage of his jumping ability. Is that why you moved him underneath in Johnson's spot there the last half?
That's right, to get more offense in that one spot. Frank to look for him on the weak side. We had Roger one side, Jimmy Dale the other, Petey on the wing over there. If the ball's at Frank was to look down low quick, then back to the point quick, back to the other side down, and then the same thing. All the way around. That's the only way you can work against the 1-3-1.
Right. I noticed another maneuver you put in that worked successfully for you. 1 out of 2 times you ran Grigsby to the baseline and to the corner, and you got the ball to him, and he penetrated on the baseline and put a jump shot in. The other time he didn't take the shot. But it appears to me that running him to the baseline against the 1-3-1 will cause him to come out, and if he's not able to take the shot, he can dump it off inside, and he did dump it off there to Moore on the high post. You had Turner had come across on the low post one time he had it, and then Roger flashed across the middle, came across in a double post, and Petey hit him in the double post, and Roger went up with the basket.
Petey's options against any type of defense, the first thing I want him to do is take the ball and penetrate. If you don't penetrate against, I don't care what kind of defense, if you don't penetrate, you're beat. So he has to do that for us. And his first option is that exactly. Now, he can take the ball to the baseline. He can take it to the middle. And he can also be looking, if they're keying on him as much as people have been lately, for Jimmy Dale in low and maybe Roger cutting back from the opposite side or Frank down low on the other side. But Petey does an awful good job penetrating, and that's his options against that type of defense.
I thought it was very well timed, Coach, when you ran him to the baseline because that was when you was making your move, and that kind of tore up the 1-3-1. You'd already had it on the rock, so to speak, but that finished it off, and that's when they had to go man-to-man. Let's take a look at a few of his statistics since we have Coach Turner up here tonight. I was ably assisted by one of your managers, Mr. Moore. What's his first name?
Keith Moore.
Keith, you know, I get him mixed up, but Keith does a real good job, and I want to congratulate him for assisting me here tonight with these stats. And I'll try to give you player by player across these stats, Coach, and you comment whenever you want to on them. Petey Grigsby had 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like 7 assists. Steve Halbert had 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and 3 assists. That's 10 assists out of your guards, Coach. Pretty good.
That's a good job. That's 20 points.
Jimmy Turner had 7 rebounds, which is below his average, but you got to consider, Coach, he was battling those big ones, 3 of them in there tonight.
He had 3 boys in there that could hold their own against anybody. They had 1 6'6" and 2 6'4" in there against him, and that's the first time he's run across that.
Right, that was a good job. He only had 1 turnover and 4 assists. You know, that's good for a big man to have 4 assists.
He's averaging up there around 5 assists a game. He does a good job. He can pass the ball exceptionally well, and Petey can too. Those two, 7 and 4, that's 11 out of the pivot man and the guard.
Right. All right, Roger Moore chipped in with 6 rebounds. Roger only had 2 turnovers. And, of course, Roger did not have any assists. Frank Johnson had 6 rebounds. He and Roger Moore, you got 6 rebounds apiece out of your 2 forwards, Coach, against a lot of size. That's 12 rebounds in there. Frank had he had 3 turnovers, but Frank had 3 assists. Does that surprise you any?
Well, no, not really. If Frank comes up against a bigger player, he's told to fake the shot and put it to the weak side, and he'll do that occasionally.
Okay, we have then for McDowell 24 rebounds. Looks like 8 turnovers. Boy, that's a low production on turnovers. That's great.
We get out rebounded, by the way.
Let me check now. Rowan County's rebounds were 27. You got out rebounded 3, which isn't bad.
Okay, we were out rebounded by 7 at halftime, so I feel like we out rebounded them because, you know, the first half we were waiting to see what was going on. They had us down by 7, and so we out rebounded them by 4 the second half.
Okay, Rowan County had 27 rebounds, McDowell 24. Here's one stat that is interesting that we noted throughout the game. Rowan County had 14 turnovers and McDowell 8.
Right. We are really proud of that fact. We put a little pressure on them. They're noted for their pressure. That's why their scores are so low. And we've been getting up 80, 85 points a game here the last little bit, and we only got 59 tonight. But they only got 52. So we got a little bit of pressure that we can throw at people if we want to.
Absolutely, and you use that pressure good tonight to your advantage. Rowan County had a total of 16 assists, McDowell 17. And the difference, of course, appears to be 8 turnovers to 14. And then McDowell fought the boards and won the battle of the boards second half. And it appears to me like that little extra something in there and maybe a little better shooting percentage and taking more shots and fewer turnovers, Coach, was a key to your victory, plus you making all those adjustments to the different defenses.
Did you see the shooting percentage at halftime, by the way?
If I'd been coaching, I wouldn't want to look at the shooting percentages. Can I guess? I'd say 20% McDowell and 55 by Rowan County.
Rowan County 49, McDowell 29. and we were only 5 down. That was really, I thought, well, that's a victory for us to only be 5 points down and only shoot 29%. So, you got to think, well, we're in our gym. We're going to shoot better than 29%. That's what I told them. I said, we're going to shoot better than that this half. So we're in good shape.
Absolutely, and of course I didn't miss it too far, did I? I thought we shot a little poor in that, really, because I guess I was expecting some shots to go in. We had some good shots, but they just didn't drop.
If we had hit 50%, we would have had the game out of hand at halftime, I thought.
Coach, I think that number 20, that the fans ought to be very happy with this win. You brought in a good team from down in the 16th region. They're ranked in the state. They're well coached. That was only their 4th loss of the season against 21 wins. So, this should provide a little momentum for the Daredevils, shouldn't it?
Really, it should. We're proud of this win. It's number 20, and the boys worked hard the second half to get it. That was on their mind. Also, Rowan County has been ranked as high as 9th in the state this year. They are right now 15th. And I really feel, and I've felt all along, ever since the Ashland Invitational and a few games after that, I felt like that we should at least get mentioned as one of the top teams in the state, but for some reason we fail to. I don't know.
Well, I think that's due to Virgie getting all the publicity that's gotten in the 15th. I think there are good teams besides Virgie up here and good players besides May. Not taking anything away from Virgie, but there are more good teams up here than Louisville and Lexington knows about. And apparently they don't care to find out about it. But still, we know better. We know we have a good ball team here. A record now 20-9 on the season. You have 2 remaining games left, Coach. You go on the road to Millard Tuesday night, and you're back home for senior night next Friday night with Letcher County.
Right. And don't forget we have a girls game at 5 o'clock. B-team game at 6:30. That's next Friday, the 26th. Then the A-team game at its regular time. So we got a triple header coming up here next Friday night at senior night. So I'd like to encourage everyone to come out. I'd also like to congratulate the Smith Cable System for making this possible for us to put it over the air.
Listen, I want to congratulate Buddy Smith and Dana also for helping us out and putting these games on the air. Buddy and Dana, thank you very much. We certainly appreciate it. And I don't know how you appreciate my broadcasting tonight, but really I wasn't ready to do this. Marty Spurlock, the play-by-play announcer, didn't show up, and I got caught with the whole deal and had some good help with the statisticians up here, and also with Homer Hall came in and did a little bit of a color for me last half.
Old Vin Scully come through for you.
That triple header reminds me of some of those old times we used to have in the old gym, playing those triple headers and starting at 5 o'clock and playing till midnight. And people back then really got their money's worth, and they would get their money's worth now if they'd come out to the gym and watch the Daredevils play. You have an exciting team to watch. You have a lot of potential. It reminds me of some of the old Daredevil teams. Not that you haven't had some good ones yourself, Coach, but I was just thinking, reminiscent of some of the boys that I used to have. And basically, on that 63 team, you were one of my stars, or I guess the star as a captain. That 63 team and 66 team that went to the state, and the 68 and 71 and 73 teams, to name a few. This team has the potential to do what they did, and that's to go all the way to state tournament.
I think so, too. We just have to believe in ourselves. That's all. We have the potential. We have the ability. We just need to believe in ourselves, and that's what we're trying to accomplish right now.
Well, I want to thank all of you for watching this ball game tonight, and we hopefully will have one more production before the season is over with. That's senior night. Let me encourage you to come out and support the Daredevils and to get behind them in the district. They play Prestonsburg on March the 3rd on Wednesday night at Allen Central. Coach, you want to comment on the tournament, district tournament?
Let me run over the draw quickly. The opening round game will be Wednesday. The girls' game will start at 7 o'clock each night. The girls' game will be first each night this year. We play Prestonsburg, and our girls play, I believe it's Wheelwright, on that night. And then the following night on Thursday will be Allen Central and Wheelwright boys, which will be the last game of the night. And Allen Central, Prestonsburg girls, which will start at 7 o'clock. Friday, the winner of the McDowell-Prestonsburg contest will play in the semifinals against Betsy Lane. Betsy Lane girls and boys both have a bye. And then on Saturday, of course, the finals. So,
If we get by Prestonsburg, then we will play Betsy Lane. Is that correct? The boys.
that's correct.
So there you have it at the Grigsby Fieldhouse on the McDowell High School campus. The 20th win of the season for McDowell. Let me encourage all of you to come out, support the Daredevils the last 2 games of the season, and get ready for the 58th district tournament. McDowell has potential to do a lot of things in the district and regional, so let's support them. Thank you very much for attending tonight, and so long until the next game.
I'd like to thank Roger Hayes for running the camera for us for the past 2 nights. He's done an awful good job for us.
Roger, you've been terrific. Thank you, bud.
Look at it to see whether we're terrific or not.